Today we get two gentlemen there with we. I'm not the studio at the moment, and at this time I want to welcome the Minister of Labor, Social and let's say that again. I want to welcome the Minister of Employment, Labor and Social Security, Mohammed Ramansware, where they can talk about different issues that we concerning the ministry they work. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning. Fambuda morning.
Okay, continue for day with two inside the program, Mr. Minister. And as we come over to where the studio guest, Hon Paran Tarawallie, winner clerk of Parliament, where they can talk about the open of the 6th Parliament and also the status of the opposition APC party in a Parliament. So before we talk about the opening of Parliament, let's get a bit into of how the 6th Parliament be tallied before on our close officially on the 18th of August.
Thank you very much. It's up to you. This parliament who don't start so call on the 6th parliament. Like what I can say the 6th parliament because from who get this second republic in 1996, this is not the 6th term we don't elect members of parliament. So this is not the 6th parliament. And after the June 24th election, will be elect 149 MPs, 135 ordinary members of parliament, and 14 paramount chief members of parliament. And the parliament being commenced on the 13th of July this year, and will run from 13th of July to 18th August, where speaker officially, call a recess. So for now, they're on recess, and by tomorrow, which is the 12th of October, we will go back to Parliament and continue for work.
So apart from the elected NP and other one, it will not be the activity that will happen during that time before UNA close down?
Okay, so the first activity will take place now, Parliament, this 6th Parliament, now the swearing of new members of Parliament. All men at this Parliament are new because they go renew their mandate. So then come back, then are new members of the 6th Parliament. So they all be subscribed the oath, that is 96 MPs, will be subscribed the oath, 81 from the SLPP, 14 paramount chiefs, and 1 APC be subscribed the oath. And immediately after the oath, we will also elect the speaker and the deputy speaker of the 6th Parliament. And thereafter, on the 3rd of August, we will get the official state opening of Parliament, where His Excellency the President will go address the nation in what we call the State of the Nation address, will lay out an agenda for the next 1 year, because each year they lay out an agenda, or what they call a state operational plan. And a parliament alone, now they not the venue for that, where president they go communicate to the country, say this 1 year now this I intend for do for una. So after the 1 year, I go back, I go report to the people through Parliament and state another 1 year operational plan. So that may happen. From there, we've been debate that in address for 5 days, and we've been passed a lot of presidential nominees, including the Minister of Labor, who sit down right adjacent to me, and many other nominees for make sure they help His Excellency the President for run the country.
Okay, you mentioned, say, during the swearing of Member of Parliament team, we just get one APC Member of Parliament, we take the oaths. As Clerk of Parliament, during the intending day, how you feel when you see just one opposition come for take oath after the election? Well,
if you want my honest opinion, I don't feel good, because as far as me concerned, when the Constitution stipulates, say, if you are elected a member of Parliament and so declared by ECSL, when are the official body for declare results, the next level now for go subscribe the oath, and that they make you a full member of Parliament. So for members of Parliament, they renege on their state responsibility, make not feel good. So as Clerk of Parliament, I go reiterate, say, I not been feel good, because I feel, say, when the people don't repose confidence in you as a state authority, especially as a member of Parliament, we get the authority by the people's mandate for go represent them at parliament. If you abrogate that particular responsibility on some other people because you feel say you know one performer, then that's disservice to the nation. So me as clerk of parliament, I will feel good about that.
All right. So even though we can look at the opening of parliament and some of the things them we on a plan for achieve during this reopening, let we look at during the term with the member of parliament, they are not going to parliament, as you just mentioned, it's not really nice for we country. As clerk of parliament, you may be able to reach out to anyone and ask them for let you get a view and encourage them for come on board for push the country in development go before.
The answer is straightforward, yes. Because now my responsibility as clerk of parliament for make sure say the MPs they're well seated and then they do the work where they elect them for do. Yes, the answer na that.
So,
I mean get on to them and I shall say me and the rapport will talk lengthily.
so before the final recess, when I be the 18 officially, and the stand where you say you reach out to the NP them, when I be the final standing position of APC NP, apart from the one NP we be already done, accept and take in oath of office.
Okay, so I've been get on to Honorable Thompson, when another APC MP, and I've been realized say even before with the swearing, he been not write a letter of excuse. Okay, we been there at my secretary's office, but before at the swearing, I not been on go through me mails there. So after the swearing in, I've been go through my mails and realize say ain't no boycott the swearing in. They been get a legitimate excuse. So because of that, they been come forward and take the oath and instead become a legitimate member of parliament.
Okay, continue for the week in case you just a tune in and join me inside the program. Good morning, hello, you listen to the Clerk of Parliament, Hon Paran Tarawallie. We don't take we listen and view them things that will happen at the Parliament before the recess officially on August 18. Later inside the program, it will tell you about when Parliament officially open again, when October 12 this year. When inside the program, when they come over to we other studio guests, when the Minister of Labour. When are the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohammed Raman Sware. Once more, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
So before you take me through, you know one possible we get frequent appearance in terms of your voice and everything. People want to know from Mohammed Raman Sware how the transition talek coming from the Ministry of Information and now you don't go into a labor sector. Take we listen and view them through.
Also, Alhamdulillah. His Excellency the President continue for demonstrate in trust and confidence in me for be part of a team for implementing vision. I'm very grateful for that. This is a country of 7.8 million people, many more qualified persons or probably better qualified persons, so I don't take it for granted. Yeah, I appreciate that. So I've been in the Ministry of Labour, Ministry of Information and Communications. I get a good time there. I enjoy the challenges then. I take them in stride. And looking back, I smile because I left very palpable legacies there. But the transition as well very interesting for me. In my career before I came into politics, all the things I've been on to do, nothing I work for do with labor, with organizational development, with industrial relations, and other issues there, where the employment and labor ministry they do. So, but people then we know me, we don't follow my practice before politics. Things say I don't count I'm a natural home. So I'm very happy with what I'm doing now. Very exciting. The challenges are quite exciting because you get an opportunity for impact people then directly on a regular basis, on a daily basis, all year round.
So before we talk about the challenges or the landmark where you left in the Ministry of Information, we listen at them, view them through the challenges as you being the Minister of Information and Communications at that time. How you handle them?
Well, so one of the things, and this is information back then, all man they carry the face your own challenge.
Okay.
By the time me come in 2018, one of the first challenge was I not been get an immediate predecessor who come on at the same party, who are capable call, say, look, I get this challenge. I want to let you help me. If you get this kind of thing, how you go navigate it? I not been get that one. Then I been the first challenge I get. So I was on my own, right?
Okay.
I either get for swim or I sink. I decide for swim. So it have been very challenging moment. Apart from now, the funding all the time, well, I hope say the man already now then go down weather that storm day, but funding has always been a major constraint. Because you need resources then for do all of the things then we they put it down. Now great vision, great ideas there, but the ideas then I can say, soup sweet, na money kill 'em. So you need resources for able to do all things in there. So I get them kind of challenging in there, but they are all history now. So I don't open up to a new set of challenges. When you talk about the other segment of my role, who have been look after the communications bit of it, insert a new brand, set of challenges there. Right. But I want for let my colleague then let them deal with that one now. I've moved on. I want for concentrate on the challenge now. This is huge, and it require every fiber of me for pay attention. So now I want for focus on now.
All right. Before I go to my other questions, I just want to say congratulations, because after your appointment, I think this will be the first time you don't kind of radio democracy. I want to say congratulations. Sir.
Thank you. Not already democracy no more. I'm not going to no radio station.
So we are the luckiest.
Since last I don't know 90. No. I go on radio stations all over. From when I last left the campaign mood, in the immediate post-elections period, I do a couple of international interviews and local interviews there. From where they appoint me, as a matter of fact, I don't do no interview in the studio. This is the first
one. Thank you very much for making us your first choice.
All right. Now you just talk about challenges na the ministry where you mitigate, but any survey challenges and you must get success where don't happen. During your tenure as Minister of Information, what you go point at, saying your achievement or legacy where you left?
Okay, so I get Bokut in there. I don't know whether now. Yes, I get Bokut in there, even in the midst of challenges and what I be able to do. I may bring in the strategic communications unit, for example. You may need a unit with always there on and fit. We're ready for go anywhere where government information be supposed to reach. So I set that one day up, and the fact say even the current set of leaders they're not dismantled, and it means it was a good idea. Yeah. Apart from that one day, so we all inherit some kind of press conference, weekly press conference. So I come a re-energizer, a rebooter. So every Thursday we'll be getting and we'll be taking at the provinces as and when resources be available. So decentralize as a matter of fact. So that one they said it was a good idea. People then will say I not go down talk I preside over repealing Part 5 of the Seditious and Criminal Libel Law. Women have been the His Excellency in big vision that one day. Because it been known be some major distraction so we rule of law credentials over the years. So the president, even though in a possible way the media have been very unfriendly to them, say all kinds about been commit for repeal, and so it make a leader child who were able to repeal a law when I've been 55 years old. So we do that one day. Apart from that one day, I make sure say the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists since founding, as because this has been the cradle of journalism for most West African countries. Since then founder, I bring resources in that place there. Through the International Fund for Public Interest Media, I don't open doors or provision for them. For example, before I left office, they had $100,000 for set of various institutions there. And once they get absorptive capacity, there is commitment they can have funding. Again, while I did it as minister, during that period, with His Excellency, we facilitate His Excellency's approval of an annual subvention for Sludge. I left her at 500,000 new loans. So that one day been happen. So we did many things together. You understand? Yes. When you come part the communication, we're able make more people then uptake ICT. For example, more people then get connected to the internet during that period, because internet connectivity, particularly the one already on social media platforms, now be around 370,000 as in 2018. We left around 1.67 million as at the close of 2022. So that one is a huge jump, quantum leap, right? We'll be able to work with the telco then, we'll work with all the people in the last space for achieving that one day. Apart from that, we'll talk about time attendance register. Where His Excellency been taken over in 2018, it insists a one for improved public service delivery. And it needs civil servants then for able to do that. So one of the things now we want for address na regularity and punctuality at work. So we'll bring that clock in, clock out thing where they recognize biometric features there. We deploy on a 27 MDAs there, but we'll not even get money, the finances for scale and through. And for don't be very unfair, you hold 27 MDAs then to account, the rest of the non-hold accounts. Because I know alone accounts, but why not be the user? Because they be the user on the pilot basis, but you know, we'll punish somebody on that. We'll do the rules then, we'll crown go cabinet approval, work with HRMO and the Public Service Commission. So that thing like pay, right? If they work for this way, then certify say you work. Thing like promotions, thing like training, all things then they go be tied on to some form of regularity, punctuality, and contribution at work. So we'll do that one day back. Before I left, and thank God the Clerk of Parliament denier. Now me, from zero, I can see people then they criticize people then when they go international conferences. Now when the first international conference where I go, now that time they are able to lay the foundation for we'll get the cyber security and crime law. And also we'll get technical support from the European Union, the Council of Europe, for setting that one day up. Today, we don't train boku judges there, including the Chief Justice there, been gracious enough for attend that training. Admissibility of digital evidence and how to adjudicate their matters. And we don't train boku officers there, and we don't get equipment back there. I left all that one day in the Ministry of Information and Communications back there, because now two separate ministries now.
Okay.
Where you left for that one day, you know, where you come the media itself, we bring in a new IMC code, right? Independent Media Commission law. That law they expect employers there, newspaper owners and whether then for pay at least basic minimum wage to the workers there. That space they I go like for engage with editors then, the Guild of Newspaper Editors and common days there. That law will not be put up for decorate shelf. And also I happen for be the minister where they look after NACIT. We were very, very clear. We want by the time journalists there, other workers then they retire, let them able get recourse to social security benefits there. So that make be say they will pay at least basic minimum when a 800,000 old Leone now, and then for also pay social security for the boss man, and the man will get the paper for pay 10% of that money day where then they pay you. You say for take 5% to that money day. And this one not to law with the left on a paper with me as the guy at the helm at the Ministry of Employment, Labour and Social Security. So this is an advance notice to me party then at the media.
Okay.
I have such a great relationship with them. I want to continue for build on that relationship, but we can only do that if we're able to meet their obligations they have to staff.
Okay, Mr. Minister, a lot you don't talk about your successes and
Just
challenges, any landmark we left at the Ministry of Information and Communications. Now to you being the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, looking at Mohammed Ramaswari, so many people the yap for see who said them go sending out and all of that during the time where SMU they dismiss and employ people or appoint them. You know, once I was somebody say the old folks them now I don't know no sure of it. At that time, maybe they feel were you expecting to be dismissed or did they foresee this kind of employment?
So we'll be very modest now. This journey has been long. What I got don't face me, so the journey very long. Now my village, I want to be apprentice in Motoka. Out of this huge number, the president gave me a chance, so I was open to anything that be possibility. I mean, you know, very, very clear. The president, na prerogative, all man they serve, then say he serve at the will and pleasure of His Excellency. So I really appreciate the fact that during that long waiting, I mean, I've been waiting I've been very painful waiting period one day, I have to say.
Okay.
You know, on behalf of me and all my colleagues there. Because you don't know what's going to happen you see some list and come on, you say, hey.
Name no dey.
No, I get somebody who say, we see breeze, no left matter although na fan I go. You're all learn parable and
So the matter although that them dey give factor at that time.
well, I don't know.
Alright.
Well, I don't know. But we all know, no pretend so we don't know. But who people then they we been there.
Okay.
We not been there again. More importantly, been very agonizing moments for many families. Well, no, not to my family no more, because they all been concerned, family, friends, loved ones, and they've been very concerned.
Okay.
But thank God we are here. The only thing we miss Sabi were in them positions here. The only way they pay back that trust and confidence in a very diligent service, very focused service.
Right.
You put your best foot forward. I forget say I not mention say by the time they left, I also left $50 million in the Ministry of Information and Communications then.
In cash?
Yes, in cash. Now World Bank money what I get now being grant. The time I come in 2018, they don't blacklist the Ministry of Information and Communications. After a very aggressive diplomacy and work with the World Bank, I'll be able to rekindle and trust and confidence. And I left that money there for a series of component projects.
Okay.
And I know say one of my successors in the Ministry of Communications, it go move on forward because he's very eager for succeed.
Bringing in the Clerk of Parliament, Hon Paran Tarawallie. We can talk about the opening of the 6th Parliament and status of the opposition APC na Parliament. But before we go for a break, I don't talk about things that will be happen before Parliament be recessed. Now, they can take way through as Parliament they resume October 12 this year. Over to you, Hon Paran Tarawallie. For people who they say Parliament with a lock and now they open in the area of the resuming of Parliament. We know the things way for Kamna people in mind in this particular area where member of Parliament then they gonna Parliament back for go begin do the difficult work there.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we get just say 3 months to the end of the year. This year, not to the end of the parliamentary session, because the parliamentary session they run right on to July next year. Because we'll say a session of parliament and 1 full year beginning from the date where they first meet. So we'll get 1 full session for this year, but for the annual year, we will end December, we'll get the following. Now, will they resume tomorrow? And would they expect, say, for tomorrow, the other paper, one would lay a lot of documents from a report where they come from the Bank of Sierra Leone on the status of the currency in the country to the Auditor General's report, or will equally lay. They will go approve a host of other presidential nominees, including ambassadors.
So before now reach the stage of approving, how we can tell like the ambience, the looks, what people get for expect for see tomorrow, because this guy for bring a lot of people together, people away they don't appoint their own direct friends or family. Let we listen and view them get the feel of parliament opening tomorrow before we go to the approval them.
Well, definitely tomorrow, like how every other approval can be, you go see fanfare.
Okay.
People go happy. Some go dance. People go can cheer up their loved ones, their friends, their family members because of their appointments. And we'll see a lot of that tomorrow in the parliament. But one thing I equally want to make clear, that the fact that this 6th parliament is going to be very different in terms of decorum, in terms of discipline. Because we'll see the 5th parliament, even though we'll take a lot of steps, we'll see, say, people use parliament and threaten the security of parliament in terms of, because they say na the people's house, no means say if they not invite you, you go there. It means if you ain't go there, you get for tell we did it, and we'll give you the right for come there.
So that may go parliament where actually not the informal.
A lot of people from the public, so they get for the informal now. We want kind of parliament, they come take a sleep where they admit you to parliament. So going forward, that are the new rule, that anybody who want go parliament, you can go take a slip where they admit you to parliament. If you enter at the gallery, we get the gallery pass. Even parking now, we don't segment them to a point that everybody now knows how you for park. And for this parliament, before we go for December holiday, we'll get a very big activity where they call the budget. We'll get for pass the budget, and that now a very big activity of parliament. From the day where the minister carried the budget to all the processes where they pass through until December 22nd, where they finally pass the budget for 2024. That will be the core activity in parliament.
When they talk about when I get for approve people every president be appoint and other thing them. Among the activities there, we get for see this time around all member of parliament elect of the APC for attend.
I like the question whether we'll see all members of the APC. On one hand, I will say yes, because I always expect say them for joining. I always expect say them for realize that the people of Sierra Leone don't vote them and give them the mandate for serve them. So on that hand, I say yes, we expect for see them all.
Okay.
However, they are humans, now they get themselves decisions. Parliament will still continue running because the Constitution gives Parliament the authority for run once it don't convene. And we will continue running Parliament. We'll continue for consider very important policies and bills of state, including the new Constitution, where I shall say will come Parliament soon, and Parliament will look at them because now we'll get the responsibility for look at the Constitution and make up.
Okay.
They will send them to the people for referendum.
Okay, Honorable, you don't talk about so many issues. Later inside the program, you can't tell me exactly the people who go through approvement in a parliament. Well, that Honorable Paran Tarawallie, Clerk of Parliament, where they talk about the reopening of the 6th Parliament. Inside the program now, they come over to Mohammed Ramanswari, Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security. You don't take with you transition and the landmark where you left. Now you first the Ministry of Information and Communications. Now take we listen and via them through the Labour Ministry. But before you talk about what you plan for do, let people know waiting Mohammed Ramanswari meet at the Ministry of Labour in terms of the foundation and structure.
So you allow to take people there along with the people there. Let them call
They listen and watch you right now.
Okay. So now the Ministry of Employment, Labour and Social Security, they haven't built a formidable team na the Ministry of Information and Communications, and are very thankful to that team. The strategic communications unit there, all the man will play a role. Are grateful in that set to them. So I've been haven't formed a team, I've been wonder if how they manage now, because the way they about labor, the way it profiled, like so then send it in a punishment, in a relegation. So I wonder, would they now for that continue this performance trajectory? What did team want to go meet today? One of the pleasant surprises that the fact say I meet a group of very dedicated, committed, and for the most part professional people there in the ministry. I mean, leadership go give them direction, you go give them your ideas, but that's a team definitely I go work with. Working with them, you can achieve great feats together. So that now one of the team now I meet at the ministry. Now such a pleasant surprise. The other bit, I met my predecessor, Alaji Alpha Osman Timbo. They don't, saloon na places where we get some of the oldest laws there. Yeah, I mean, they don't make a lot of effort for reform some of their laws then they, including, ratification of Boku ILO conventions. This country na a signatory member of the International Labour Organization. So I made Kototimbo in the last cabinet, it bring most of the things in there for cabinet consideration and for parliamentary ratification, what the ILO really, really respectful for. The other thing again, by the time we take over 2018, and this is no joke, it's serious, The first Minister of Labour and Social Security at the time, Adekunle King, Honourable, Ebingona, I'll sure say the man not like why they use Honourable. He's an honourable man.
No,
yeah, so Honourable Adekunle King, they go Geneva for an ILO conference and not agree like a vote, like every enter under the voting room because Salombe owe huge debts there over the years or inherit. So police for note say, during Honorable Timbo in administration and Mr. Adekunle, they may not pay almost all their debts then. So Sierra Leone they in good standing now. I mean that's something that has to be noted, right? I also note say what coming. Some law they know where they don't do, where Parliament said don't ratify. The Employment Act, for example, the Labour Migration Act, the Work Permit Act, all of them one and they then do them 2023 before President Bill in first tenure end. Because it's not been part of commitment they will make in 2018, say we win, they go review the labour laws then for ensure Sierra Leoneans then get decent work, with it in line and fully compliant with International Labour Organization standards there. So we are firmly on course for doing that. So I met that one today. I mean, never mind the buildings then, they're very old and dilapidated. Sometimes that building, no more people then can look at it and say, oh, you can't have Ministry of Labour on a death sentence, So, but I want for say, there's a lot in that building, right? And under the two predecessors then, I also made a structure to go up what they call employment house. We will go out for can call employment and labor and employment house. Na a story building, I think 3-story building going up for B, right? When I say there's been progress on that, but I think so we need for invigorate that progress so that it be one of the first things that we're going to actualize in the new year. So yes, a lot of work don't happen at the Ministry of Labour. You get a team who are willing, ready and prepared for work, work style, we want to get results. We should be able to move mountains, we should be able to anything not for being constrained if we want to achieve results. And that's the spirit we don't begin develop together. So it's an exciting.
In line with moving the mountains as the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, waiting on your force engagement or things that we don't do so far in line with your mandate.
Okay, so let we understand the mandate, part of the mandate now for law induce remunerative employment. What does that mean? People then go get work where then they go do, let them get resources for look after themselves and their families and in dignity, in respect, decent work. So now, in brief, now we'll mandate that one day. We'll get various directorates that will execute this mandate through. I'll tell you, say, before I come in, and ministers should learn to do this. I think it's very important. If you acknowledge, say, you did not meet ground zero, the people that we meet to do work. I think I find that nobody's going to imagine that minister will come in less than 3 months now. You don't begin to do all this. I mean, it's all about fair and decent for do that. Yeah. So we come in. I don't mention the Work Permit Act owner, right? The Work Permit Act now one of the things in the way I meet then Lord and the Honorable Timbo enact before he left office. So what we don't do, you don't ask what we don't do. Already, we don't do a paper. I want for the Work Permit Act. We look at that space day. People then pay very insulting fees. Then work permit now 2 reasons it serve. One, it for serve as a control mechanism for able restrict to the kind on a labor market. We don't know for candy now a control mechanism. Also, it able to support government for raise resources. We really need for do virtually everything. We are study the landscape. I think say we don't already initiate action at that space. I don't talk to various sectors yesterday. I talked to the Work Permit Committee. I tell them say in 2010 we may not be expert in Liberia, and me na ECOWAS National, me na Minor River Union National. I've been paid, the employer them pay $1,000 for me for work permit. This is now 13 years on. Sierra Leone, the highest work permit for anybody they pay now 6,250,000 leones, 6,250 leones. I think that is a joke, it's insulting, and it's completely ridiculous. 2010, 13 years ago, they paid $1,000 for me. Yeah. Now they not did permit, resident permit. As the resident permit was $500. So 13 years on Sierra Leone is paying ridiculous, something like that. I know say some work permit, some category of work permit, they would cost as low as 500,000 currently. I think that that's so ridiculous. It's a joke. What that does is it make the country a dumping ground for all manner of skills, even skills that we Sierra Leoneans then get. So what I mentioned, say the work permits get two things that they serve, both the residents and work permits. Then they serve as a control mechanism and also for raise resources for government. So we don't do sub-regional comparison. Like I say, it's ridiculous, but I don't care how you don't take and go up and candle anyway you do them. So that paper is now awaiting cabinet's consideration. I don't do a day before cabinet for consideration. Okay. I don't do all the necessary consultations there. So because we want to achieve the twin objectives of control and raise revenue for government, the work permit fees are being increased. And because what to make this one particularly, I make one of the first orders of business. When I go Parliament for parliamentary hearing, Honorable Tarawallie and the appointments committee, I remember my good old friend, I remember very vividly, they asked me, they said, President don't say they create 500,000 jobs. I think so one of the first things they will go for do is to recover Sierra Leonean jobs. Jobs there with Sierra Leoneans, then get the skills there, the competencies there, and then get the requirements there for do those jobs, and they when I go for make sure so when I get them back. Okay? Right. So what I can do, I was inspired. I said, look, one of the way they would do now, Law revisit the work permitting, and I am so happy. The work permit committee have been so excited. They say, look, why you call WISEF? And one for digitize that process as well. That's before cabinet for consideration now. Once that is done, we're in a hurry to do that because we ought to have done it. Even with neighbor there, Liberia, all man don't digitize the work permit process. Right. We're not getting no excuse not for do that. Yeah, we used to lead in many areas, so we're going to ensure that we take back leadership on this. So that's one area that's work in progress right now as I talk to you.
All right. You mentioned about work permit where you say the increase. Usa Minde and Usa Una don't push until now.
I say come in the highest OEDP from any partner of the world, whether Australia, New Zealand, any side common of the world, whichever continent, you pay 625,000 old new loans. Then at 6,250,000 new loans. I think say a quite ridiculous because I say 10 years ago, because if you know ECOWAS national, you get concessionary rates, right? 10 years ago in Liberia, my employer then pay $1,000 for before work permit. So 13 years on, would pay 6,250,000 loans, new old loans, yeah, for work permit. So that's ridiculous. So we don't review anyway. We'll not sit down now. The comfort of office will do that. Because I mean, apostle will for do thing there. I can forget context. We'll do a survey of all West Africa countries there, waiting at the work permit. We might not take the high end, but the one we don't take, we think say we'll make up for.
That now almost.
Well, we will announce that. Cabinet not approve it. I think say, many old cabinet minister experience enough to announce that in there.
They bring in the Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Paran Tarawallie. We don't need to talk about the opening of the 6th Parliament, I get for look like and everything. So now we listen and view them on the issue of approval. We see different appointments on commodities BNTM. What are them exactly get for good? Different approval in the Parliament.
Until this now heavy one. Then so boku that are not going able for begin them by name.
Okay.
But I know say we'll get parastatal heads, we'll get some deputy ministers. Then we also get some ambassadors, and some of them don't go through interviews. And tomorrow rather, then we'll go through the official approval process now the Chamber of Parliament.
So how long it gets for take the whole approval? Because lots of appointments don't come out this BNTM.
No, well, not who they make appointment. Parliament will respond.
Now you talk about the approval them we didn't get for go through in a Parliament. Like how long on don't say get for be a 1 week or?
No, well, once His Excellency the President don't use a constitutional mandate for nominate a particular appointee, that nominee they come to Parliament. In Parliament, we get a committee where we call the Appointments Committee, where they examine your documents, examine your character, and your fitness for that particular job. And once that happens, then they can recommend you to the general plenary for make them debate and pass you or not pass you.
But, okay, go ahead, Usman.
It's honorable. Away from the appointments, before I go for recess, we see a huge number of people in a parliament who they work we on a sack. I think 137. Why this huge amount and what's really happening?
Well, probably that we will misconstrue the thing. We'll not sack nobody yet. Everybody is a staff of parliament. The only thing, because they do some huge reforms, now parliament can realize that is the Parliamentary Service Commission, when at the highest decision-making body can realize, say, we'll get particular rules in a parliament will not need again.
Like who's on this?
Now I'm not going to be specific here because at the end of this December, we will make known to the general public which of the roles they will not need again. And definitely if we don't need an office, the occupier of that office will become redundant. So for now, we don't go through the labor laws. For now, we know renege on the laws. We don't give them all notice. For say, we go redundant you if we don't need the office again.
So, Clerk of Parliament, that particular issue there on some people where you say, una things and no use, get this issue of labeling, so una they target certain people. Wait, you go say in line with that.
They would not certain people.
Una, where you say that they target you, very well for understand what that mean.
No, me not understand.
So in line with the target, okay,
okay,
in line with the target, like when I get certain people on a pick where them feel say they're not supposed to be dismissed.
Well,
so
we
is that
dismiss
true?
nobody yet. So me no who's the issue of.
But the clue already there, they don't get.
No, offices. The
Okay.
issue here is, for example, if there is an office for the make poto, then we don't need the poto making office again. Anybody will be make poto go.
So when I get this realization, say some people need for
You get
take
for
an
reform.
exit.
Parliament is growing. Now we get a corporate parliament. And because we are going corporate, there are certain traditional offices, in fact, we not require again at the legislative environment. And therefore the offices then therefore be redundant. Nobody is being picked upon.
Okay.
The fact still remains some people not any longer required. And therefore they will left the service by the 31st of December.
Okay, Honorable Paran Tarawallie, Clerk of Parliament, continue for the with we inside the program. And inside the program now, according to the producer, now time for you relax and listen to Walkabout.
Another morning again. I go and you man. I say when she did. I say. I say now myself they shoot up man. Now myself they shoot up. I say myself. It's like say. I dey wait for me appointment man. I dey wait for me appointment. It's bad. Ten. God must make me walk about of the year. I mean to say, na me the waka na street ambassador of Waka man. I try to wait for me appointment. I say, now I get ministry. Now I get ambassador there. Now we get new offices then. I say, God just they add mine. I say, God just they put and pull. Now they say, I say, this will constitution now. I say, now talk say, the president now get the power for the iron and fire. Now the one that say, I say, bio. We get them kind of couple then they for the pay some people who they create new offices for. Now they say, bo, I say, who side them couple have been there. Now who be the cry, go on dry. 9 and 10 say walk about. It's a relax. This not job for the boys. Now say waiting. I say government not get job for the boys. I say because now we only teaching them. We only teaching the how they put. I say 90 make things strong. Now I say body. I say I go to attention. I say we are moving yonder. I say I say who that member but me at a conference bo. I say who that they pay attention yonder. I say We just left and show, we just make like we not care as a country. But I not go do that, man. I not go do that. As a project way for the number for this one, as a month chef, 9 don't turn like say the project don't take over 3, I dey tell you. I say but just renovation, they not say like you renovation. I say in this country I go give person project bang. I will each other than the couple, we no know. All things just left na the dark. I say look next and all. Then tell them project na so is the under. I say we go on market. Go the dish no. Now myself say okay, la go get one market for me, my dear. Then self go the ban. I say we are rich today. Nine then say what about not go inside you? Then say how Nata then can do one thing with them called last inspection. Natable, the last inspection then don't buckle. At the almost last inspection they might they do. Nata Chenubo. I said they go inside. Where what? I said not death trap. Because the thing not completed too. The thing not completed. Now the one that they go, they don't give it boku de too. They talking about the government thing them out some people and they left and no more show. They look building, you know, Guma. Old Guma building. Where you gonna Guma building? If you see the office the way they I know one call some of the office and they just because I tell you painful. Now they say I tell this village not be affected too. I tell we reach inside. We reach inside the guy see the middle one. Now say leakage must happen. Me not the one I work about.
Okay, from Wakabot, the program Good Morning Salone continue. Now they bring in the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security. So, Minister, you don't talk your first area of priority for begin. Do you work we get for do work permit? But before you talk at the second one, you just hear you waiting the clerk of parliament on people we according to Honor forget use in parliament, where they really get for dismiss. Are you go follow up such issue for ensure say parliament go through the due labour process then?
Well, so first off, I recognize the Parliament and they make laws then. So the default position is that they're supposed to respect the law they wouldn't make. But since now the area, me say I use this opportunity for invite. Well, if I say someone, not a problem. Now I get power for someone. So me I graciously invite the clerk of Parliament when head of administration. Laws don't talk about for ensure say they don't tick all the boxes there because they know it. If they don't do it, then a deliberacy because now they make the law then. So I want to sit down because then Sierra Leoneans and they exposed now to the possible risk of unemployment. Yeah. So I want to sit down for make sure say because part of the preconditions even in my previous life. Not to forgive them money no more para, but me to talk about it's possible to say some of them when I can retrain them for other roles then. You know, let's sit and talk about it.
Okay.
Clear processes and procedures and the way you get for
one other important issue about labor now the issue of the area of compliance with that nice serious challenge.
So I understand that. Motorman generally will always want for beat the law. But if we want for give any meaning, the only appreciation we go show to the leadership for all the law they would not pass, now for make sure say we effect them. There is the minimum wage provision, for example, where they talk say anybody with the work for at least get 800 loans, new loans.
But that's self not
well now because they know they happen, I have bad news for them people then they will know they do them. In coming days and weeks, we go on very rigorous and vigorous enforcement and compliance missions there across this country also. So, we not say 98, if we not know they comply, I have bad news for you at the camp for now.
Alright.
I mean, it's all about fear. Times are challenging. Times are hard. Somebody they work for you, they pay 800,000 leons. When at the law, the most minimum, they don't say go pay above that. Oh, there's always the better condition provision. That all agreements are all decided. So whether not they pay 800,000 leons, including government, any department, any agency, we will come to you because the president get the fullest backing. The president in commitment now for make sure say Sierra Leoneans then get decent work.
But you think that's even fair, looking at the economic challenge, 800,000 at this time?
No, well, so not to the fairness or otherwise. The one within our law force, let's start from there. I want more money because I think my salary, I mean, not boku enough for look after me. Yeah? My family, I mean, not to the most competitive salaries. So we want more salary. But what did the law say? Law comply with that basic minimum force. I think saying that the decent thing. We can build up on it. I know some institutions and any leader within other institutions and this not to call we they call order from above. His Excellency very committed to this reform, and once they appoint me, I don't get meeting with her as a compliance. Until we all man go begin can call una and give una pressure. Right. The president don't reaffirm in support and commitment to full enforcement of labor laws and provisions therein. Right. So you will see me, you will see my team coming order in soon. Okay. So now 98 now, I hope so now leadership they hear me. I get a lot of intelligence as well. In coming days, what will they do? With the setup, we not only start unemployment and labor and social security we also they make sure say we get hotline, toll-free line, where people then go call in and say we na PZ with the work na 500 no more than the GUI. And nobody no go sack. Nobody no go sack person. No, listen. Nobody no go ask.
The welfare and the salary na issue.
Yes, so we are coming. I don't talk about this medium, say, not to media no more. Not to media no more. Boku MDA then say guilty. Boku private sector players and let not look like the media has been targeted. Now because now sit down there, and I know say we na one group of people that we read the compliance amongst una very low. I remember IMC did a presentation to me one time. But that time, me not to be employment and labor minister. I may not be information and communications
so why you pick on 98 specifically?
Because now I sit down now. If I be sit down now SLBC, I say SLBC una na. But now I sit down.
I'm going to show you so they comply. Trust me.
Well, so your assurance is good enough. But like the Americans say, you will trust but will verify. My team will be here.
Okay.
And for verify, you get for show the social security contribution because anytime you pay salary, you're supposed to also pay social security. So one for student check over the day.
Okay.
We also want for see long years volunteering. Long years of volunteering na breach of the labor law. Clearly in the Employment Act.
Right.
But we will talk about that way we'll come for that.
Right.
So don't push it too hard.
We come to Honorable Paran Tarawallie. We don't need to talk about the reopening of the 6th Parliament. We go officially be tomorrow, October 12. So for tomorrow, Honorable Paran Tarawallie, you don't talk about people that they approve, how we get for look like and everything. But what important we make mention of now that you see this 6th Parliament will be a parliament of discipline and decorum. In that context, what exactly you mean?
I mean, say the speaker ready for take the decisions in concert with law for make sure say parliament is orderly and the members of parliament behave in conformity with law. It also means say all things that happen within the precincts of parliament, like people they can't trade in a parliament. Very shameful. No, we are not in the world where that they happen. 110 Kukriba for been there inside parliament hall. A broker will get representation from people in society. They can't beg for like Kukriba for Mount Bakra parliament. So, all of the MTR would don't learn from the 5th parliament. So then lessons there, we're ready for implement them and integrate them full.
So waiting people can wonder now they need the presence of, Sojaman OSD, waiting can really prompt that.
One day Sojaman go parliament.
On many cases, we don't get issue with the CD. We get reported with the good, we save them.
No, if Sojaman go parliament.
What the situation where they lead to that?
Now do one correction. If Sojaman go parliament, say president the parliament, and have the responsibility for provide security for the president. As no say police done the parliament because we get a whole police station at parliament. Allow now also understand that parliament is a police station for now a police division for the entire Tower Hill. So if you see police also on the precincts of parliament, now because yonder a police station equally.
So tomorrow officially waiting at the opening time for the
10 o'clock because parliament sits at 10 and they call on all MPs including the APC members of parliament not take oath yet, for can't take oath because as of now, they don't stay out of sittings for 21 days. 21 sitting days, we may now say now only 9 sitting days left for them, for me they lost their seat at parliament. And this now 13 plenary sittings and 8 committee sittings. We don't make 21 days, tomorrow they be 22. So if they not count tomorrow, they left 8.
Okay.
And this, not to me interpret, not to me talk am, because speaker don't read the law to them on 2 occasions, they don't caution them for say come take your seat in parliament because you have only 9 more sitting days. And tomorrow where they be the 22nd day, they left only 8 sitting days. If they not come, we'll go right to neck and declare them seats
So what
vacant.
does this mean
And
if member of parliament from the opposition not go this time around?
if they not go, then he read 30 sitting days. The constitution clear about that. He said they go lost their seats now parliament. If they lost their seat in parliament, because now PR system, speaker go notify the chief electoral commissioner, we go now activate the second list and send the second list on the APC list to parliament.
Okay, we plenty thank you, Honorable Paran Tarawallie, Clerk of Parliament, where you can give update on the opening of the 6th Parliament, which will be officially tomorrow, October 12 this year. Over to you, Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security. I go assure the public for say, Rado Muhammad Ramanswari go take all labour issue with all seriousness, not just a saying.
Well, so anybody who know me, know say me na talk and do person. I mean, I clearly get a track record for judge me on. I take this role on not only because na a job, na something we are passionate about. I think say we people then deserve decent job. I think so people then deserve opportunities there. Nadan they make safe. What my predecessor begin, we don't try for scale and up this work study program, right? Already a lot of Sierra Leoneans and they access that opportunity there. Way I go US recently, I met 11 Sierra Leoneans that they do various courses ranging from cyber security to mechanical engineering, mining engineering. Now good schools.
So, Mr. Minister, what are important in our
So I think say I want to encourage many Sierra Leoneans for enroll in that program there. I mean that might just be your break, right? The other bit, just 2 days ago we signed a major MOU with voluntary services overseas. Volunteerism a very important thing in our country. We Ebola begin, na volunteer there, we need it. Mudslide begin, na volunteer there.
Okay.
All kinds of volunteer there. In his Independence Day speech in 1961, the former Prime Minister Sir Milton Magai been called on Sierra Leoneans let them volunteer specifically for build a home, a church, a mosque, a health center, all ends in it. So volunteering has been with us since independence, but we not one day get a regulation for guidance. So there are many things.
It's clear say you get more things to talk, but we go find time again bringing at the program for you can talk on other issues that we're not able to highlight on. Plenty thank you to you, Mohammed Ramanswari, Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, and also we get Honorable Paran Tarawallie, Clerk of Parliament. We talk on this reopening of the 6th Parliament will be tomorrow, October 12. But before we end the program again, let me listen to this apology to the Inspector General of Police.
Radio Democracy wants to tender this apology to the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Fayaselu, for one report broadcast inside We Good Morning Salon program some time back inside this year, where we get allegations say the Inspector General of Police be used police officer them for terrorize people na Adonkia village over one parcel of land where they say it been get interest pan. We agree say that report where Alex Kroma do now be just one side and not be give opportunity to the Inspector General for making react to the allegation where some people make inside the report where we hear. The management of Radio Democracy believes say the report very unprofessional and for sake of this, we don't take disciplinary action against the reporter we offend. We regret the embarrassment where this report caused to Mr. Fayaselu and Mrs. Selo.